This video is going to be a little backstory of who I am and how I found myself to human design. I am a mother of two amazing daughters. My partner and I had decided that when we become parents, we will be doing many things differently. This meant how we show up for our kids, the type of parents we choose to be, and their education and anything and everything that involved in being a parent. What we did not know is what it meant to be a unschooling life learner family. Making these decisions brought us from California to Oregon. And as we settled into our home, we wanted to make sure that we would find the type of people that align with our values and goals. Being in this town in the earlier years, finding our community was not easy. This was one of the hardest things I had done in my life. When we had only our firstborn, for a short time we found a homeschool group that we were a part of. Because of disagreements and things not being correctly matched for us, we had to step away. Before making that decision, I had the fortune of meeting some wonderful people. When we stepped away from the group, I lost contact with those individuals. And this decision was one of the hardest things I had to do. Because it was important for me to have had some sort of support, to be able to communicate with people, to learn new ways and skills that would support in my journey of motherhood. Years passed by with still no luck of finding our people. And after our second daughter was born, I was starting to notice how my state of mind was becoming very unhealthy. My mind, body, and soul alignment was off the charts in the sense that I was very misaligned. I was having a hard time finding joy in my life, even with the great space, safe home and environment, and wonderful kids and partner. I felt like I no longer knew what my purpose was. Yes, from the very early on, I knew that becoming a parent, becoming a mother was one of my greatest desires. And this was never a doubt in my mind. However, at some point I was noticing that this feeling of not knowing where I belong other than being a mother was becoming very uncomfortable, and this discomfort was creating a lot of pain and sadness in my life. At that time, when all of these experiences were happening, I was not quite sure why I was feeling certain emotions, why I was experiencing life the way I was, and everything that felt like was going wrong. About 3 years ago, a good friend of mine that I had met in the homeschool group reaches out, and as we reconnect, she shares with me how she wants to start a group where women come together, they support one another as we discover or rediscover ourselves. And as we evolve and grow, we learn and explore anything and everything mystical. When I received her invitation, I got very excited. I remember how as a little, I felt like a little kid that was jumping up and down of, oh my God, I just got invited to a group where I could meet new people and learn something new. And right away I said yes. As I said yes, I was noticing another part of me was feeling very afraid. The reason behind that was I was a person who grew up in a Christian family, which meant that that was the only belief I knew. And mysticism was not something I was familiar with. I didn't know if this was something that I was quote unquote allowed to do for myself. However, being me, the duckling, I had never found myself fully standing behind the religion I grew up in. I have wanted to find my way into my belief and to my spirituality. And the journey within this group has provided me exactly that. Fast forward a few days after our call, when we do our first meetup in the group, the first topic we explore is human design. At that time, I had no idea what human design is. And to this point, even, I would say I'm not as expert as some people who have dedicated many years and hours on end studying this topic. However, what I have noticed is that while I'm researching and trying to find what it means to be who I am in the human design form, there isn't a lot of information. So I learned that I am a 1/4 profile line, a self-projected projector. Now, what does this mean? My hope is that I will be creating more content, sharing as much information as I have been able to accumulate about this. And with those videos, I will also share with you my experiences of what it even means to embody this version of human design. So I hope to see you back for more information on what it means to be a 1/4 self-projected projector.